Hi friends. Okay, so today I am removing my twist. Oh, I know, sad story. But anyway, I'm excited because I'm just ready to see my hair loose again. So I am removing the rubber bands, which are goody rubber bands. They're really, really good ones. They don't really like have a tight hold. But once it's time to take them out, they start to pop. So that's the point I'm at because I got tired of replacing the ones that kept popping along on my head. So right now I'm just removing them all, and first I'm going to take the rubber bands out first, and then from there I'm going to go ahead and start removing the twist, because in each twist is 4 to 5 locks, and that's the medium size. But if I put like 6 or 7, maybe even 8, they're like super chunky. But I've got the medium size twist here. I think I should do my next video on some chunky twists, which I think would be cool. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing rubber bands, and which I'm doing now. And one of the main things to remember when removing rubber bands from your locks is not to pull on a rubber band, because if your locks have like the button situation going on the ends, then you mistakenly pop that, or even you make, break your hair off on there or whatever. That's even if you're loose natural. You just always want to make sure you're not pulling down on a rubber band. But by all means, try to go with the rubber band as far as like its direction, the opposite way. If it has not already popped, which you're gonna see when the video slows down just a little. My rubber band popped as I was touching it in my hand, and you can see that now. See, like it's unraveling. You can see it going around and around. Yeah, so I just remove it. And it just keeps my hair from breaking. And I don't really put the rubber bands on too tight, because I don't like it when it causes like like the indentation on my hair. And then it for me, I feel like that type of tightness will cause the lock to begin to like wear on that little spot where there was so much I guess you call it pressure or tightness or whatever, and then it eventually fall off, and I don't want that. So to preserve my locks, I just go ahead and put them on the rubber bands on lightly, without necessarily squeezing my hair too tight, but just enough hold to where it doesn't pop, which some of them still are going to pop because some of the locks just they do their own things. But yeah, but anyway, but in taking care of my locks with the rubber bands in place, the only thing I focus on mainly, like here goes again, you can see the rubber band. I'm just demonstrating how to take it off, without popping it. But the main thing I focus on is oiling my scalp every 3 to 5 days, because my scalp does get dry with my hair being in these twists, because there's more airflow through there versus when it's all loose. Because when it's all loose, the scalp is unseen. There's not much moisture that can stay in there. So I normally, when it's all loose, I have to like moisturize it a little bit more. And I only use distilled water with a little bit of Jamaican black oil in a water bottle, and spray my hair every 2 to 3 days. And then from there, with the twist in, I spray it every 3 to 5 days, which for me is a big break. And I just kind of be mindful of how my scalp is doing. It's build up. And then I also do have scalp eczema, so I have to be mindful of that as well. Making sure that I get the oil in those spots, because it's mainly in the front center of my head. For whatever reason, I don't know, it just gets really cakey right there. That's where the eczema is, and that's where I itch the most. But for the most part, I just focus on, spraying my water and oiling my scalp when I need to. And then from there, making sure that I don't sleep with my hair loose. I try to sleep with a scarf or a bonnet, just to make sure that the moisture stays in each of the locks, because number one, my hair is sandy, which is a huge strike against me, because my hair is naturally going to be dry and it's extremely coarse. So with those two things in mind, I just have to be mindful of how I moisturize my hair, and making sure that I retain moisture by, taking the extra steps needed to hold on to whatever moisture remains in them. But I did do this on dry hands, but I forgot to put oil on there. But anyway, there was so much oil in my hair because I did put some on before I got out of the car. in my hair actually. Before I got out of the car, I just sprayed it, and then waited till it dried and started taking the rubber bands out. But usually when I start, I always have oil on my fingers right away. But it smells really, really good, and because I think I'm using the Camille Rose coconut hibiscus, I think is what it's called, and that smells really, 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 really good on my hair. So that's what I usually use, is because it's a super light oil. It doesn't require much, and if you put too much, it will run down your face. So to avoid all of that, I just went on ahead and put just enough to give it a nice little smell, and refresh my locks or whatever as I'm taking the rubber bands out. And yeah, so that's the main important things I focus on with my hair, because I do have coarse hair. It's extremely thick, like a whole nother level of thick, and the sandiness makes it look naturally dry. But most of the time it's moisturized, but when it's a darker color, it's really moist. So I have to give it like a few days or whatever to let it, adjust, and then get a little lighter, and then I know, okay, it's time. So usually, like, you can see some of the tips are a little bit brighter on the right side of my head. So that's where I know it's time to moisturize a little bit more. But for now, because I'm taking out the rubber bands and doing what I got to do, I know that it's going to take a little while before I do it again. But you're going to see me get my fingers popped by some of the rubber bands while I'm taking them out. I don't know if I got all of them out, but we'll figure that out once I start taking out the twists. So the main goal right now is just to initially take out all the rubber bands, because I just hate going through my whole head and then I miss a whole twist because I'm thinking that the rubber bands are out and they're not. You're going to see me go away because I got a call, but I'm back. So you're going to see me now taking out all the twists. I'm not really fluffing them out yet, but I am taking them all out very carefully, just like going in the reversal, or even just you'll see me take my finger from the top and slide down. I can do that with the front pieces because they're thinner, but towards the back, you'll see me having to go from the bottom all the way up to unravel them. The thicker they are. So I don't know what that is, but I guess because it's so thick, it's kind of hard to do. And also, yes, I am tender-headed, so can't forget about that. So it does kind of hurt. But not necessarily throughout the rest of my head, but you'll see me making faces because it does hurt in certain spots. But I am on the phone. I'm listening at the moment, so please ignore my face. I'm actually talking on the phone, but whatever. So, anywho, yes, and I have my Starbucks coffee, black, just the way I like it. But anyway, I am removing the twist, simply, just taking my time and making sure I get all the way up to the root and that none of them are still like intertwined with one another. But for the most part, the main thing, like I said in the beginning, was just to make sure that I'm just carefully removing everything and not popping anything on the ends, because I know that the little buds on the end are very beneficial because they help with the lock process and making sure that the locks actually mature and lock or whatever. But mine, for some reason, they repeatedly go back to that little bud, so I have several of them in my head. But yeah, so I'm just focused on doing that and taking my beloved time. I did speed the video up because it is quite a lengthy process. So it's like maybe 30 minutes worth of video footage that I kind of like scrammed down into like maybe 15-20 minutes. I think it's 20 minutes. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes. So yes, so you see me smiling. I am on the phone, so ignore my face. But anywho, quick little story time. So about me with locks, I never actually thought that I would get locks, because 10 years ago, had you asked me if I wanted locks, I would have definitely told you absolutely not, because I just thought they were gross. And it was prior to me knowing that, there are people who are really clean with their locks, and I'm one of them. But it was prior to me with, not knowing that. And then also because I wasn't like very familiar with how you keep your hair clean, like when it comes to washing, because like, when you're loose natural, you can wash your hair simply by just putting shampoo in, everything that's in the hair comes out. But with locks, it's a little bit different. But that's why it's very, very important to focus on like what you put in so that you know what's coming out, and then knowing when to wash your hair so that what's on the scalp doesn't get on into the locks and then kind of like build up from there. So that's what I've been very, very careful about with my locks on my own journey. And then another reason why I didn't really like locks 10 plus years ago was because I don't know, I just didn't see the versatility in it. Because I didn't think you could do much with it because I saw several people with them, except for one girl that I did go to church with. She had some, and I was in love with her hair. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I loved her hair because she had sister locks. And hers were gorgeous. Like, she kept them, really clean. They never looked out of place. They never looked unkept or anything like that. And when it was my turn, I made the decision to go ahead and do the DIY micro locks versus sister locks because I didn't want to, I just wanted to be able to control doing, the maintenance part on my own, without having to rely on like a certain specialist or anything like that. But yeah, so that is how I ended up with my locks, is because I just learned to, be a little bit more open minded and then see that it wasn't all that bad. And then on top of that, I did not like doing my hair, gives me the third reason why I ended up going with locks, was because I kept my hair in twists, literally. Like when I tell you I had micro twists, when micro twist first was a thing on YouTube, I used to keep my hair in micro twists all the time and then take them out on like maybe a month or so and then retwist them all back up and then turn around and wash my hair in the twist and maintain it that way, which I did that for years and I never actually combed my hair. And then like one of my god sisters, when she found out that I wasn't combing my hair, she went on ahead, did the work and took all that out and then combed my hair out. And then she saw I had like a big old wad of hair that was like a bunch of like dead hair that just was sitting in the twist because I never combed my hair. I didn't like combing my hair. So that's when she was just like, why don't you just get locks? And I was just like, nah. But I should have done it then. I wish I would have. But oh well, I did it now. So that is what it's a journey or whatever. And it just, required me learning differently how to maintain locks. So yeah. So now that I know what I know now, I wish I would have done it years ago. But I wouldn't have taken care of them like I should have, now, because they wouldn't have been right. I'd have been doing all kinds of extra stuff when I shouldn't have. But right now, I just keep it super simple with oil and water. And every now and then I would use like a leave-in conditioner, which is mainly during the summer, because during the summer when the heat hits, it's a whole nother level of dryness that cannot be explained. So as a matter of fact, I just, during the winter time, I don't have to necessarily use leave-in conditioner. I only just use water and oil and a little bit of rose water. I do use a little bit of that just on occasion. But the thing about the rose water, it dries my hair out. I don't know why, but in the beginning of my journey, I could use rose water, but now you can forget it. So I can't use that at all. So now I just use it sparingly or whatever when I just want my hair to smell good. Instead of just using water and Jamaican black oil that's in my spray bottle, I just use the rose water, spray it just so that it smell like roses. So anywho, back to what are we doing now? Okay, so I'm in the back of my head now, trying to take out all the twists that I feel, and I'm just feeling through. I think just about all of them are taken out, but I'm just feeling around for the little ones that are, or the pieces that have not been untwisted just yet. So I'm just thumbing through everything and make sure I don't miss any. Which you see, I'm grabbing several and just twisting them all back up. And also I am in a training, but anywho. The training was not like intense or anything like that, but yeah, you see me going through my hair, just feeling through it, just trying to make sure that I catch everything, because I have been known to think that I've already taken out all the twists, and I don't. So I'm just making sure I strung my hands through everything and no lock is left twisted. That's all. That's my whole rule. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. From there, I get to show off what my little locks looking like, all fluff and loose. And then it's super duper soft. So that's the one thing I really, really love about when I take my hair done. You can tell like I did a really good job with the moisture thing, the moisture retention. So when I turn around and just a little, you see like how I fluff it out, and it's extremely soft. It's extremely fluffy, and it's not like, dry like I thought it was. Because in my mind, for whatever reason, I always be like, oh my God, my hair's dry. But it's actually not. It's just, I just need to, keep remembering the 3 to 5 days. I need to get back into my moisture routine and oil my scalp and then spray it down with water or whatever. Not like soak it, but like, dampen it just a little bit so that I'm not like oiling dry hair, dry scalp or whatever. But more so moisturizing it and then, going through it with the oil on my scalp. And then after I spray my whole entire strand of locks, I make sure that I go with some oil on top of that to hold that in from the little, the distilled water. I don't know, the distilled water actually is better for my hair than the regular purified water or spring water. So yeah, so I stick with the distilled water for now, and it seems to work wonders on my hair. But yeah, so you see me staring off, and then I'm about to get ready to back up because now I realize there are no twists back there after checking. And yeah, you see, look at that. All that greatness right there. Check it out. Okay. It's fluffy, and I'm slanging it because now my hair feels completely different. It's not heavy when I wear twist. Only when I wear the braids. For whatever reason, it is extremely heavy. But yeah, so I'm just checking, making sure there is a partial one that's right there. See, I took a part of it out. Being that I'm on a video, I'm actually also, well, I was on the phone, but not anymore, but I got distracted while I was doing all that. And then there are several locks I'm very, very careful with so that I don't snatch them out because they're way smaller than the rest of my locks. Because when I started out, they all seemed to be even. And then as they grew out, they became various sizes. And then, yeah. So this is what I do. I just check on it, make sure that everything's loose like it's supposed to be. Doesn't hurt. But, well, at least not right now. And then, yeah, there's no rubber bands in there anymore. See, I'm scratching in the middle. That's where the eczema is. Yeah, so I'm just checking it out, fluffing it out. And now I'm just, streaming through my hair. That's how I fluff or whatever. I don't really like take my time and do all that extra peeling and all that stuff. I just stroke my hands through there. It does hurt a little bit, but yeah. And just making sure that everything is the way I want it to be. And yeah, it just feels good, everything. And now we back it up and let's check out Luna. Oh, okay, see that pose? And look at Luna, baby. She done got longer too. So yeah, with the crinkles, it is a little bit, shrinkage going on there, but I don't mind it because it's gonna loosen up over the next couple of days as well. So yeah, so you could see me running my fingers through my hair and how thick it is and fluffy. But it does kind of feel weird because in a sense, being that it's in the twist, it feels stronger. But then when it's not in the twist, it feels like it's fragile. But it's not. It's just the way that I guess like my hair is or whatever. Whenever I take it out the twist, because I got used to it being in the twist or whatever. But yeah, it smells amazing, looks amazing, and yeah. This is all the more reason why you should go ahead and try twisting up your locks. And if you don't have locks, get you some locks so you can twist it. I mean, I'm encouraging you to do so. Anywho, yeah, so I'm loving the way it's falling, and it's cute to me. I love my hair. Love my hair. Love, love, love my hair. But I'm a hair fanatic when it comes to it falling into place and being styled correctly, like twist outs and stuff like that. Twist out, braid outs, and not pin curls. I haven't tried pin curls, but what's the other one? The rod sets. I love rod sets, but I haven't done that in a minute. I actually need to do that again. But yeah, that's me checking out the lock to make sure there's nothing going on with it. I didn't break it or anything like that. I just, it felt kind of funny because there's crinkles and it's not like bone straight like it normally is. And then right now I'm just feeling things and just checking it out with my eyes because it does feel a little funny, but it's perfectly fine. It's just textured and don't mind my face. But yes, this is my twist out. Thank you for watching.